All right, happy Monday night, everybody. Welcome on into the Hat Creek Interior Studios. The greatest Western style furniture you're going to find in America is right here in Lubbock, Texas, in the Hubaplex, hatcreek.us on the website, South Slide Road, 10101, the showroom. We are glad you are checking in tonight because we got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of Texas Tech stuff to talk about. The weekend, everybody, I hope had a great weekend. You take a deep breath, and then we get going again tonight. We got all sorts of things to get into. How high can the Red Raiders fly on that college football ranking? How high will they go tomorrow? You tell us the optimum, the ceiling, that if everything goes well, what is that? What do you want? Then we got just general stuff, right? You know, was Saturday the greatest day in Texas Tech football history? You tell us. I want your thoughts. Offensive concerns, quarterback concerns going forward, best Tech defense ever, and then yeah, we got Tech hoops. Yeah, Illinois coming up, drop down one in the rankings. Not a big deal. Don't worry about it. What I want you to worry about is getting in on the show tonight on the United Supermarkets chat line, of course. The supermarket that supports Texas Tech and the Red Raiders puts their name on stuff at Tech as opposed to taking your money and sending it on down south. I want you getting in tonight, whether you're on Facebook at Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, they're on Facebook, whether it's on YouTube, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on YouTube, all free, or Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter X. Invite, share, get your comments in tonight. See, he's an OG. James knows what we're doing tonight. Thumbs up. The audio is good. The video is good. And we're off and rolling. In 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, the Raiderland.com, the website. Every day we got cool stuff waiting for you there on the site. We don't stop there. We're on all the media platforms, doing different stuff, different places. That's why you subscribe and sign up for all of them. Don't cost nothing. It's a lot of fun. Now, we're in the Hat Creek Interior Studios, where I already told you, best Western style furniture. They're putting customer service back in customer service. Check them out in Lubbock. If you can't, they ship to you. So go to the website, hatcreek.us. Also brought to you by Ultra Exteriors. Now, Hat Creek got the interior. My friend Warren, he's got your exteriors, whether it's roofs, window treatments, outdoor kitchens, pergolas, stuff. Now, they also do renovations on the inside. They don't do that at Hat Creek Interiors. They furnish it, but they don't actually, redo your kitchen or redo your bath. They do that at Ultra Exteriors. So go to their website, tell them we sent you, and tell Warren we said, hey, McAlpin Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Raiderland. That's right. We have an official chiropractor. His slogan is not, if your back's out of whack, don't call a quack, call Kevin Mack. But it could be, and it should be, but I don't think it's legal to do it. You get the idea. Overexerted yourself last week, went too hard there at the gym, took a big swing on the golf course, or maybe you were just trying to pick up boxes in a storage unit for Christmas stuff and something weird happened and you can't really explain it. I don't know who that could have happened to. McAlpin Chiropractic. They're going to help you out. All right, let's get it going tonight. How high do you think Texas Tech can go in the college football playoff rankings? You got the big win over, and it doesn't happen. Nothing matters if you don't win Saturday. All the cool stuff that happened, none of it matters. It mattered because you won. How high can they go? Where do you think they're going to be tomorrow? Did they just swap places with BYU? You tell us. And then I am intrigued, the overall picture, and on Monday we can do big picture stuff. The overall picture, was Saturday the greatest day in Texas Tech football history? Lubbock sports history. You tell me. Anything and everything else on your mind, get in on the United Supermarkets chat line. All right, let's get it going. Let's get your comments funneling in, and we talk about what you want to talk about. As long as the conversation is good and rocking, we're going to be here with you guys tonight. So, James, he's got us started. We knocked down there to Jeff. He is on that YouTube, and YouTube channel is growing. I think we're going to be at 700 very soon. You guys make it happen by giving us thumbs up, sharing it. Please do that. And it's early in the broadcast. We got a lot of people that come in early on, and maybe can't hang out the whole time and everything. Power of 5. If 5 people who like what we do here on a given night will go to our advertisers and our sponsors, like Ultra Exteriors, like McAlpin Chiropractic on Facebook, like Hat Creek Interiors, like United Supermarkets, all of them. You see them on the site. And just go there on their website, go there on their social media feed and say, hey, thanks for supporting Raiderland and being a part of it. And we're going to be there for you as a sponsor. Huge. Then I say this. I don't care whether it's my program or another podcast or anything that you enjoy. Go to their sponsors if you can and tell them the same thing. It's not exclusive to what we do, okay? It's not. If you like media and you want to keep media going and doing stuff, please listen to what I'm saying and do that for the programs you enjoy. It takes like 5 seconds to click and go there and tell them things. All right. Last week was the best football week at Tech ever, says Jeff, in the history of ever. Ever. And I cannot argue with you. And I will not, because I believe you're right. Old Texas Tech man, 9144. I have to look on that because I'm old. You guys, some of you younger bucks, you're going to reach an age where, you're just glad your contact lenses still work and everything. And you just kind of go, got that there. Okay. I know you won't like what I got to say, he says. I think we play Mitch Griffiths next weekend, give Baron Morton ankle 2 weeks of rest and healing, because after our next game, UCF, we get a bye. Well, you do. You get UCF, you get a bye, and then you get West Virginia. I don't think you're crazy. I don't think you're stupid. I don't think you're insane. But I do say this, and this goes into the idea of what are your concerns with the offense going forward, everything else. No, you gotta play Baron Morton. He's your quarterback. He's got a hairline stress fracture. He's in a boot during the week. Throwing in the boot, slapping the base, eh? Throwing in the boot. He's throwing in the boot, he's slapping the base. He doesn't like it, but Joey McGuire say you got to be throwing in the boot and slapping the base. All right, so here's the deal. Get up 14 points, 3 scores. Had this debate Sunday with an erudite Texas Tech fan. It's like, all right, so what's your number where you say get up over UCF, get them out of the game? 2 scores, 3 scores, 17 midpoint, do it. So I agree with you that the minute you feel comfortable with the game Saturday, get Baron Morton the hell out of there. But he does start, he does play, and you got to do it. All right? You got to do it. James, will the Big 12 accept a gold exchange from Notre Dame to get an invite? If I were the Big 12, I'd kind of look at Notre Dame and say, hey, go hang. Go hang. At least for a while. But go hang. We're fine. We're going to get 1 or 2 teams in. It's all right. They're going to expand to 16 next year. So you're probably going to be getting 2 to 3 in every year after that. That I look at Notre Dame right now and I say, maybe you overplayed your hand. Maybe we don't need you now. Red Dawn Double T. I think the highest is 5, and I don't have a problem with that. That really gets into the fascinating idea of host or not host. That I think if you win out if you're Texas Tech and you win out, and that means winning the Big 12 title game, I think you'd be top 4. You ought to be. If you're not, something's up in the system. So I think you would be top 4. Then there are the folks who, like maybe Red Dawn right here, who really want to host a playoff game at 5 and be the number 1, outside seed of hosting and host a game and play a game. I can kind of articulate and argue it either direction. All things being equal, I just soon see Texas Tech win the next 3 games and go from there. That's just me. Robert Delgado just puts the number 7 up because he loves Mickey Mantle and has no other reason to put the number 7 up. Chris, from a publicity standpoint, one of the best ever for Tech in Lubbock. Everyone was raving. That goes to the idea, was Saturday the greatest day in Tech football history? To which I would submit humbly and not so humbly, if you know me, that I think Chris is right. I think it was. All right, you guys jump in. I hope you're sharing this on your social media feed. Facebook, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. YouTube, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. I need 700 subscribers by the end of the week, or Oral Roberts is going to be called home. Wait, no, that's a 1980s deal. I'm sorry, I got confused. No, you guys can make it happen. So share it with your friends, all right? Our Twitter, X, I am at Ryan Hyatt Media. Share, invite, same thing, all right? Chris, waiting for recruits to start funneling in now. They will. The last thing now I worry about is recruiting for Texas Tech. You're now to the point where you're selecting, certainly out of the transfer portal. The recruiting aspect of it, and this is hard to say because I didn't care much about it before because I didn't care until they got here. And now I care even less, if that's possible, on the names that I hear on social media and so is this and that and whatever. I'm like, step up to the pay window, come to Lubbock, Texas, call me when you get here, and then make a difference. Now, most of the dudes who showed up over the last 2 years have made a difference. Not all of them will. And you're going to have to reconcile yourself to the fact that you're going to overpay and you're going to have guys come in, and some of them are not going to make a difference. And some of those guys are going to be junior and senior level transfers, and some of those guys are going to be highly heralded 5-star recruits that everybody said was going to be great. And you know what? They can't piss a drop and get on the field. So, going back to Chris there on Facebook, I really don't care about recruiting. I care about who shows up. I hope you guys can understand the difference. Greg, do you know if you could already buy the tickets for the Big 12 Championship already? Yeah, you can. You can go to the Big 12 website. You can buy tickets online. I think you could have done this forever. So, yeah. I mean, not forever, but you get the idea. But, yeah, you can go buy them. Chris, yeah, I resemble the old age comment 91 here. Good Lord. Hey, let's give it up, Chris. 91 years old. We got a 91-year-old guy watching the show. And what's really weird here with Chris, you're not even as old as the oldest friend I have, who's 92 years old, Vietnam War veteran, B-52 pilot, retired. They don't let him fly anymore at 92 years old. But yeah, 91, that's awesome. What's your secret? Tell us. Jeff gets in on our YouTube channel. Beautiful, beautiful Monday night here in Raiderland. Brought to you by Ultra Exteriors in West Texas and Lubbock. Warren Hudson, they'll take care of anything you need done, pretty much construction-wise. And if you've been holding out on that roof thing, thinking, yeah, I got the insurance, I don't want to mess with it, I don't want to do it. But now we're kind of getting in that old winter season. You need to probably get it done if you've been holding off on that, or it can make it happen. And I have been told by good friends who he has worked with, bathroom renovations, if you're married, guys, you're like, the bathroom's fine. What's wrong with the bathroom? Ask your wife. Also by McAlpin Chiropractic. You get stupid out there, guys, moving stuff around, working too hard, your back's out of whack. Yeah, call Kevin. Jeff says the offensive line has to play better. I'm going to stop right there and say the offensive line has to play better. Whoever they've rolled out the last month won't cut it in the playoffs. Oh, whatever. Probably not. Probably not. And the red zone playbook needs to be trashed and start over. Those of you who know me know I'm play calling, play scheme geek, son of a coach. Learned growing up, writing on the back of envelopes and whatever you had. If we were watching a game, we're scheming out, different things and stealing stuff. Yeah, I'm that geek. But I'm a media guy, so I don't count. I don't really know football. I didn't play in college or anything, so yeah, I don't know anything. The red zone, and I would say 15 yards in with Mac Leftwich, I don't get it. I mean, I get it. I know what they're doing. It's obvious what they're doing. It's obvious what they're doing. It is maybe the biggest component I would bring back from Zach Kittley. I thought Zach Kittley had a really good 15-yard on-end package. Thank you, Mrs. Kittley, for laughing at that. Meanwhile, the offensive line. You ran well last week. Can't argue with it. And the pass protection, at least 2 of the 4 sacks were totally on Baron Morton. I got to give the offensive line credit. I thought they played at least at a B level, but they got to play at a better level going forward. And I'm not talking about the next 2 games. They could play at the level they played at against BYU the next 2 games. You're going to run for 300 yards total. Ain't going to be a deal. But when you get to the Big 12 title game, you get into the college football playoffs, yeah, different deal. Old Texas Tech man, 9144. I think the Big 12 should have 3 bids, Tech, BYU, and Utah. You're not going to get 3. You're going to be lucky to get 2 if it breaks out a certain way. Should they? Is different from will they. This is where I need a phonetic spelling on Metpatch or Metpak or Metpak or Metk. It could be Serbian. I think we have one of the toughest and loudest places to play. I would not mind hosting a playoff game. If Tech hosted a playoff game at night, I'm sorry, there aren't enough Texas Rangers in the state to keep order here. It would be epic. And that's where I'm torn. And I'm going to go back up to this comment here. That's where I'm torn between you want Texas Tech to be the highest level they can, and I think that's 4, and I think that's getting a buy-in, and that's what you want. That's it's great. But at the same time, you're just like, my gosh, the unhinged, unshirted cane that would be rained upon the college sports world of seeing Texas Tech host a playoff game would damn near be worth giving up the 4 spot in the bye. And I know what my head says, which is you want Tech to go all the way to number 4. I think that's the highest they can go with everything breaking right. But then there's that visceral human response that says, holy Lord, what would happen with a college football playoff game in Lubbock, Texas. And at the end of the day, I don't know that we as humanity are ready for that. So maybe it's better for the safety of all of us to just be the number 4 seed and do it another time. I'll be rooting for Georgia and Alabama next weekend. Old Texas Tech man. Talking about the rankings. Tomorrow, college football rankings come out. That's the only thing that matters. Will there be a reshuffling? Will A&M move up? Could A&M potentially move up? Indiana struggled, got by Penn State. We know that. The Ohio State University doing what they do. Ole Miss. I gotta find this out tonight. If I find this out tonight, I'll put it on Twitter. All right, at Ryan Hyatt Media. I think I know a couple of guys I can reach out to that they could reach out to somebody who literally in the industry and say, if Tech and Ole Miss played on a neutral site, what would the number be? Who would be favored? Right? I'll try to do that tonight. Because really, to me, that's your tomorrow. You're going to move up. All right? You're going to go past where you were last week just by virtue of beating BYU. How do they handle Oregon in the college football playoff ranking? How do they handle Ole Miss? To me, Ole Miss is the team that you ought to be able to go get. All right. Where are we? There he is. He was recruited. He was signed. He made an impact. No more recruiting, just signing the next best senior to be that can flat out play. I think I understand what you're saying on that front. That we are in this age now where you get old and you stay old. And by that, I think we all understand what that means. I think you can still bring in high school players, but not 25 high school players. You bring in 15 guys who've been playing at AA and AAA that are ready to go to the big leagues. You get the big league guys in, and move some guys maybe from the big leagues and like free agency. And then maybe we're looking at 7 to 10 high school guys every year that we used to sit there and I'm going to use the term gamble. No, we did. We gambled. Everybody gambled. Not Tech, not UT, not A&M, not OU. Everybody gambled that the kid we started recruiting when he was 16 or 17 was going to translate when he was 18 to 21, and it was all going to work out, and he was going to be great, and he'd stay in school, and he wouldn't flunk out. You don't have to play that game anymore. Now you go and get guys that are proven, that are full-grown ass men. The Ben Kirkpatrick at 21 years old, well, actually, the Ben Kirkpatrick at 18 and 17, I kind of know this because of a JV game we played against Post one year. Embarrassing. Not going to talk about it. Anyhow, yeah, Coronado sophomores against Post JV. Anyhow, I think Ben knows what I'm talking about. The Ben Kirkpatrick. Imagine recruiting Ben Kirkpatrick at 20 versus 17. Of course, I'm sure, Ben, you were shaving twice a day at 17. Great Red Raider right there. Everybody, I'm honored when he jumps in and chimes in to talk. Hold on. I need to see him. This is where we have to do a comment college and say, when you comment on something, please give me more information. Because what you're reacting to 10 minutes ago, I have no idea what that means. And the last conversation I had was with a kick-ass football player and dude out of Post, and now I need to see him. Good Lord. James, do you think any team ranked in front of Tech has has started looking at film on us. Yeah, every single one of them. And Tech has looked at film on every single one of them. They've banked it. They've got it. It's not even film anymore. You're downloading, video and huddle and whatever you want to call it, the college deal. So yeah, no, 100%. They have a bank. They have a film bank on. You could tell Joe McGuire out of any teams in the top 25 right now, you're going to play them next week, and they've got film and everything ready to go. Click on that. Go down here. Amen. Hold on. Where is it, Chris? Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. Dickey, 100 yards. Williams could have had it. Run the damn ball. Take the pressure off your quarterback. Run the damn ball. Chris, there's not enough Lime scooters in Lubbock if Tech hosts a playoff game. I would actually, if I were the mayor, shut down the Lime scooter deal. So we park as media in the Raider Park parking garage, and you come across the Sky Bridge. And I'm always bemused and intrigued. Who is the dude who has the Lime scooter that rides it halfway across the bridge and stops there and leaves it? Who's that dude? Old school. No, Georgia beats Texas. Alabama beats OU. That's why I'm rooting for Georgia and Alabama. I wouldn't even worry about any of it, but you root for whoever you want to. I root for chaos most of the time. Chris, you probably aren't recruiting projects anymore. Projects will go to the group of 5 or lower. And when you say projects, I say guys that might develop. Screw the star system. And just you look at a guy and go, maybe he's kind of young. He might fill out. I think we can make it. He's a hell of a football player. He just needs a little bit of, gravel in his belly and everything else. And you used to be able to take 2 or 3 or 4 of those guys and go, all right, we can make this guy work. He can't play for us this year or next year, but by the time he's a redshirt sophomore or whatever, you can't do that, and you don't have to do that now. Now, that's the downside to some of this stuff, that those kids don't immediately go to a D1 program. They go to WT. They go to fill in the blank. Stephen F. You get the idea. And then they got to prove they can play there. And then they maybe go to a group of 5, what we used to call a group of 5 non-power 4, and then they got to prove they can come up. All right, in other sports, that is common. Now, that's new to college football. I don't think it's necessarily bad at all, for a lot of different reasons. But agreed, you don't take kids to develop from that level to that level. Now you take grown men to develop from high D1 level to the NFL. And that's what Tech's doing with this class. They're taking guys that were good college players, and they're elevating them to become NFL players. That's the development, Tech's still taking one game at a time. That's not true. You're wrong. Joe McGuire announced today they will play both UCF and West Virginia at the same time. They've invited West Virginia to come down this Saturday. They're going to play them both at the same time. They will alternate possessions against the 2 teams. They will balance out the scoring. There's an aggregate rhythm they're going to use on that. And they're not taking it one game at a time. They're playing them both this weekend to get it freaking over with. It's beautiful. I love it. Brilliant move by Joey McGuire to do that. The Big 12 at this hour, 6:59 on Monday, November 10th. Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, by the way. Central Time, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald was about upon us between 7:20 and 7:30 Central Time. The Edmund Fitzgerald sunk, lost contact with the ship behind them, the boat behind them, the Arthur Anderson. And after about 15, 20 minutes, no radar scope because of the squall line, that Arthur Anderson determined that they had lost contact and gone down. That it had been 20 minutes before this. It was about this time when the last radio transmissions from the Edmund Fitzgerald were heard by anyone. And there you go. Great song or not? I think it's a great song. James, Raiderland fans can handle hosting a playoff game. However, a vast majority of people can't handle the pressure of being top tier. Fascinating. We'll develop that tomorrow. In the comments, Grant's men are going to have to up their game over what they did against Sam Houston tomorrow night. Illinois has put up 100 plus in their 2 games. Will be a nice win. He's talking basketball. That's good. Can't wait to see that tomorrow night. Stretch out the week. So FCS and G5 schools become feeder programs to Power 4 programs. Don, Red Don, you're late to the party, brother. They already are, and they have been for about 2 years, and they already are. They are feeder programs. They will be lucky to hold on to their better players. The better ones will move on, will go up. And that's the reality of the deal. Chris, I loved the calling out of Notre Dame. Joey McGuire calling out Notre Dame by complimenting. Jeez. How many English teachers of mine are watching this right now? Complimenting, even my speech teacher, God rest her soul, Jackie Jarrett, Coach Jarrett, I'm sorry, complimenting BYU for coming in out of the cold and embracing a conference. Unlike some independents, we know who they are. Brian Burns has a good rendition of the Edmund Fitzgerald, only if it's got tremendous steel guitar work on it. Great song. But the bell will ring 29 times tonight there at the church in St. Saul Marie. If you were a kid growing up in the 70s, like myself, the story of the Edmund Fitzgerald and the wreck, and not just the song, but I mean, the whole thing was just kind of weird. It was dominant. And as a kid, you think ships getting sunk in World War II and different, that it was hard to understand a ship on the Great Lakes. And when you grow up in West Texas, you have no idea that the Great Lakes are really actually just miniature seas and oceans and everything. And all of a sudden, there's this big boat that went down and 29 people. It's hard to fathom. But yeah, Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, song great, story. Yeah, all of it could have been avoided for different reasons. Don't hold the captain, in just ill repute or anything else. It wasn't anything malicious or dumb. It was just if they'd put 9 miles between them to Whitefish Point, nine freaking nautical miles, they could have made it, And they were just in the wrong place, in the wrong slot that night when it happened. And right about now, literally, right about now, it was between 7:20 and 7:30 there on the lake that they lost contact. And as they say in the song, she might have broke deep, might take water, whatever it was, but the ship was gone. You never know what you're going to get when you tune into this show. I hope you guys understand that and enjoy it. I want you to do a couple of things for us tonight, the power of 5. If you like what we do, 5 of you tonight, just 5 people watching the show live or replay, go to our great sponsors, Ultra Exteriors, McAlpin Chiropractic on Facebook, United Supermarkets, Hat Creek Interior Studios, and tell them thanks, and you'll be there. And then share the dog out of this. Invite people in. Tell your friends, whether they're tech fans or not. Hey, you want to have fun every night? Tune in. Do this. Go to the website, theraiderland.com. Tomorrow, Tuesday's best. Great topic. We'll have fun with that. If you'll do that, and it only takes just a couple of seconds, do it and then tell me about it. Tell me about it on our Facebook page, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, or on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. Share that. Let us know so I can tell you things. That would be awesome. All right. We've had a hell of a Monday. Tuesday's going to be better. You guys are awesome. We got to hit some buttons. Get out of here. We'll see you in the morning. We'll see you tonight. And on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media all night long. TheRaiderland.com.